Welcome one and all to the Ouija God channel.
In the darkness of nighttime, as you lay down to sleep, in your dreams we will meet.
This stuff here is what nightmares are made of. Today I'm going to be showing you the 5 previous faked or fact videos and telling you whether they are faked or fact. Let's go ahead and get right into it here, and I hope you enjoy.
It started with capturing and killing small animals. Then he would eat them raw. Sometimes he would complain that on occasion his heart would stop beating. He was found injecting rabbit blood into his veins. December 29, 1977 was the vampire's first victim. The victim was male and in his early 50s. The vampire snuck into houses with unlocked doors. He stated, "Unlocked doors are an invitation." He killed and drained the blood of a pregnant woman using a yogurt container as a cup. The trial of the vampire began on January 2nd, 1979, and lasted 5 months. The defense attorneys rejected the suggested death penalty on the grounds that he was not guilty by reason of insanity. He killed 6 people in the span of a month and drank their blood.
This one here is a true story. His name was Richard Chase, and he was an American serial killer. Let's get on to the next story.
CWD, otherwise known as the zombie deer disease, was found in Colorado in the 60s. CWD is a brain disease that once only affected deer, moose, and animals along those lines. CWD is now spreading to humans. So far, they have found 7 cases in the U.S. Scientists believe the strand of CWD found in deer has mutated and now can affect humans in some rare cases. They have stated for hunters to get their meat checked before cooking and consuming it. CWD could wipe out all of the population if scientists don't find a way to stop this outbreak. 9 News picked up the story and tried to calm everyone down by telling us all it hasn't spread out to humans. But it was too late, since the 7 cases of the strand was found in humans and was already picked up by another news channel. CWD is taking over the world slowly.
Let me start off by saying that CWD is a real disease, and it really does affect moose and deer and other animals along those lines. However, it is not spreading to humans, or at least not yet. But they do advise that you get your meat checked before cooking and consuming it. So hunters out there, beware. And let's get in to our next story.
On July 6th, 1991, a janitor discovered a burning dumpster with human remains and called 911. The body was badly burned, leaving almost every source of identification destroyed. They had dental records. The information suggesting the body was a female and between the age of 24 to 30. They determined that the victim's cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds to the head. After looking through missing persons, they found a woman age 30, named Mary. Dental records matched up the body they had found was Mary. She got in a car with a man named Chris. For unknown reasons, they argued. Chris stopped the car, grabbed a tire iron, and beat Mary with it before shooting her in the head 3 times. He then took her to the dumpster, poured gas over the body, and set it on fire. Authorities say the fire would have burned for several hours before the janitor noticed and called 911. Eventually, Chris was found guilty of second-degree murder and given a life sentence.
This one here is a true story. Her name was Mary Lynn Breeden. She worked as a cocktail waitress for a gentleman's club before she was murdered. Let's go ahead and get in to the next story.
On the 10th day after the crash, the survivors learned from a radio that the search had been canceled. Faced with starvation and death, those still alive agreed that if they should die, the others should consume their bodies in order to live. 17 days after the crash, 27 remained alive, surviving off of the other passengers. The flight started out with 40 people. 60 days after the crash, there wasn't much left to eat. The cold was killing them off, slowly. 2 people decided they should go find help. They hiked up the glacier for about 38 miles. It was a 10-day hike till they ran into a man that promised to send help after they explained their situation. On day 72, 16 survivors were left. December 23rd, 1972, more than 2 months after the crash, the remaining 16 passengers were rescued. The survivors were concerned about what the public would think about their acts of cannibalism.
This one here is a true story. Flight 571 really did happen. Then they were not rescued until 2 months after the fact. This story actually has a movie based off of it as well. And with that being said, let's get into our next and final story.
A man that was once into games and a real competitor got himself locked up. Peter was a man who had to win, no matter the competition or the game. He got into many bar fights just after turning 21. Most of these fights were over a game of pool. He got himself kicked out of most of the bars and bowling alleys in Tennessee. Peter was well known for his fits of rage when it came to losing. Even if he wasn't drinking, Peter still would throw the first punch. At age 30, he got his drinking and rage under control, and even started a family with his wife Emily. They had a 2-year-old boy and a girl on the way. Peter came home from work with a board game and invited Emily to play with him. She had been asking if he would pick up a game for the 2 of them to play for a while. He got chess since the 2 of them knew how to play already, and he didn't want a game that he'd have to learn to play. So the 2 of them put Philip to bed and set up the game. The 2 of them had made a few moves, and it was Emily's turn, so Peter went to the bathroom after filling up his glass of wine. When he got back, he accused Emily of cheating. After looking at the board, she tried to explain, but before she could, Peter pulled his pocket knife, stabbing her a total of 14 times. Once he realized what he had done, he called for an ambulance. Emily survived. However, the unborn Kimberly did not.
This one here is faked. I made the entire story up. Peter lives in my imagination. He is my imaginary friend. So technically, Peter still lives on, imprisoned in my mind. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave comments down below if you have any questions or anything like that, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Ouija God channel if you are new. I do giveaways once a month, but you must be subscribed to enter in to win one of my giveaways. And as always, guys, have a good day or night. Ouija God out.